it's and whatever it takes to engage a professional that will determine what is required for it to, you know, meet industry standard and and you know, it will last.
Absolutely. That
Okay,
time is more than generous. Thank you.
Okay, call the roll. Have,
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
yes, notice will be sent within 2 weeks out to you. Thank you very much.
And then do I have another hearing for proof? How do I, once I'm done, what's the step?
You contact your inspector and then they
Inspector.
can do the final, whatever needs to be done. And of course, you got the lead abatement, that's got to be taken care of also. That's a little different operation. But
Right, we're working on that right now.
Okay.
I've got the assessment and we're going, trying to get the tenant to move out for a couple of days so we can complete that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Am I done then?
Yes,
Thank you.
okay. Okay, we'll go to the docket A 17022, 9411 Detroit Avenue.
Sure. Maurice, the issue being resolved? Okay. Okay, Mr. Chairman, we're ready.
Okay, so we got A 17022, 9411 Detroit Avenue.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance issued on September 23rd of 2022. Appeal statement received October 13th of 2022, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Colbert Boyd.
Okay, Mr. Boyd, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Okay, let me know what the plans are.
I believe everything is complete. I've been in contact with Inspector Darrett. I had a tenant that was, fairly difficult to work with, but she's moved out. She moved out maybe 3 weeks ago. And I've had the painter in there for the last 2 weeks, painting everything internally. And I think the last thing Inspector Darrett asked was that I prime a couple areas, but I'm painting the entire place. So the one thing that I neglected to send was 2 receipts from the exterminator when they went out on 11/5/22 and 3/15/23.
Okay, so how much more time then? You're saying you think you got to complete?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go over.
30 days just to make sure. I just want to make sure Inspector Darrett and I are on the same page in terms of what she's, or not what she's looking for, what I need to do.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, it does appear that there was a work in progress inspection on 6/9/23. But the violation notice is still active. And, so the inspector will need to follow up. This will require follow-up inspections.
Okay,
Yeah, so her record, shows that it's about 85% complete.
Okay.
So,
okay, he mentioned 30 days. He thinks he could have it all done.
we don't object to 30 days.
Okay, so that would be August 4th, 2023 to abate all violations. Motion?
So move. Second.
Moved by Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Denk.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, docket A 16722 3521 East 118th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance. Issued on October 17th of 2022. Appeal statement received October 21st of 2022. Requesting for time to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. You have to state your name so they can hear you.
Lily Cliff.
Mr.
Okay,
Chairman,
go ahead.
he didn't hear you.
Lily
I
Cliff.
did hear. I heard her.
Okay.
Ms. Cliff, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, let us know what your plans are.
Basically, trying to get a contractor to, give me an estimate on what it's gonna cost to get the repairs done. I've had trouble having people come out to, look at it, or sometimes when they come and look at it, they won't give me a written estimate. They'll tell me like how much it costs, but I'll ask like a written estimate of what they're gonna do. And a lot of times they won't give me that.
Okay, are you are residing there?
No,
Okay, so you are there, and how many tenants are in there?
none at the moment.
No tenants. Okay, let's go over to Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, this does have a current lead certification and a current rental registration, but I didn't hear a request for how much time.
She mentioned she was having a little bit of an issue getting a contractor, but let's go ahead and ask her that question.
About a year.
Okay. Well, we don't generally give a year, okay? And
6 months to 8
Jen- okay, 6 months that's more doable. Let me go over to Mr. Vanover.
Bear with me a moment. Let me. Yeah, there's a considerable amount of work on this property, Mr. Chairman. The violation notice states 22 different things. We would like to see this corrected, specifically the exterior, in the next 90 days. With the understanding that the property is vacant. How long, Mr. Chairman of the appellate, how long has it been vacant?
It's been vacant for about maybe, it's been over a year, well over a year.
Mr. Vanover,
Yes.
there is some real concern there if these pictures are accurate, especially as far as those porches are concerned. I mean, I don't, we can get some response maybe from the other board members, but it seems to be a little bit of a danger issue, that the floors and the ceilings are rotted out pretty significantly. The board members want to comment to what you're seeing?
Mr. Chairman, I think this needs to be addressed immediately. That, from these photos, looks like this could fail with the right wind or snow load at any time.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, to the appellate, do you have the funding to make these repairs?
I'm in the process of trying to get that funding.
Okay. I really think this might take a remand. Mr. Vanover. I just, it's in bad shape, and it's gonna take some funds to get this corrected.
Mr. Chairman, I agree with you, and I would motion that we uphold the violations or remand this to the city for further action.
Okay. Motion is in order to not allow any more time, but to remand this back to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action to be taken.
So moved.
Okay. Moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Day.
Correct.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out to you within 2 weeks. You know, you can proceed to, you know, get a contractor and get this thing fixed and like Mr. Vanover said, you know, concentrate on that outside and those porches immediately, because that's a real danger, even to yourself, if you were going in and out of this place and you're residing there. Okay, thank you.
Let's see what he
Okay. We got next docket is A 16722, 3521 East 118th Street. Is that the one we did?
That's the one we just did, Mr.
That's the
Chairman.
one we just did.
168.
Okay, sorry about that. Housing docket A 16822, 3172 West 71st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance. Issued on September 26th of 2022. Appeal was received October 24th of 2022. Requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
does not look like Mr. Richard Clem is in attendance today.
Okay, let me swear in Mr. Vanover, and then Mr. Jacobson can ask you his questions. Mr. Vanover, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jacobson.
1 second, before Mr. Jacobson gets started, we do have a calling user. Can that calling user please identify themselves? Calling user, please unmute and identify yourself to which docket you are here for. Okay, Mr. Jacobson?
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, an email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
Okay, to the chairman, due process requirements of notice having been given, the board can proceed with today's hearing and its ruling.
Thank you. Mr. Vanover.
Mr. Chairman, it appears that there's been a certificate of disclosure issued for this in May. We would ask that you deny any more time or remand it back to the department. It appears that there is attempt to just sell the property.
Okay. All right, motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property to Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion. Moved by Mr. Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Bradley?
Yes.
Mr. Mashpee?
Yes.
Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher?
Yes, okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Okay, docket A 16922 has been withdrawn. That's 1968 West 44th Street. That docket has been withdrawn. Housing docket A 17122 3416 West 41st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued on September 9th of 2022. Appeal received October 26th of 2022, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing. Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. Who, Ms. Mary? Is that she's a calling user?
So she just.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, we're gonna move this one to last. This appellant is trying to call in and having some technical issues.
Okay. All right, so we'll move to docket A 17222 3839 East 50th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance. Issued September 30th of 2022. Appeal statement received October 27th of 2022, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing. Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. Is there a Jawan Collins? Mr. Jacobson, you may proceed.
Okay.
Through the chairman to Ms. Davis, did notice of today's hearing get returned to the board's file for any reason?
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, email, voice message, or anything physically delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or docket?
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
To the chairman, due process requirements of notice having been given, the board can proceed with today's hearing and its ruling.
Mr. Vanover solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, 1 second,
Yes.
please. Well, can we reread the instructions on how to unmute when you are the call-in user? Do you have that in?
Okay,
Or six.
they can unmute by *6.
So if you are the call-in user, hit *6.
Yeah, that's Jawan Collins.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is
see,
Mr.
that's a problem, man. Okay.
Well, we
I was
start at
trying to say
9:30.
something,
So
Huh?
9:30, those instructions were given.
I've been trying to get in from over 8:50 or something like that, and I had to
Okay.
call somebody, and they gave me this number.
Okay, Mr. Collins. So, we gotta swear you in. The chairman is gonna swear you in for you to give your testimony.
All right, Mr. Collins solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
Well, my plan is to correct all the violations that's on the list. I'm probably about 90%, So, and I no longer have no tenants in there. I finally had got that well, I can do the other stuff far as the floor, you know, I couldn't do that with all the furniture that they had in there. So, but I'm
How much
about
more time?
90%.
How much more time do you think you need?
Let's say 3 months at the most.
Okay, Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, to the appellate, has the garage been torn down?
Oh yeah, that's taken care of. All that's. I mean, I don't got no major stuff to do now, you know, as far as the violations. But while I was at it, you know, I'm just said I'm gonna remodel the whole house, you know. So, but as far as the violations, it's little stuff like putting a little spigot on the hot water tank, or you know, it's some real minor stuff that's left. Fix the back porch, all that, you know. I got a contractor for the mice, and pretty much it's all. But I guess when they come, I wanted to have everything, you know, just looking real nice. So I say 3 months at the most.
Mr. Vanover?
So, Mr. Chairman, there's the only permit that's been obtained for this is to demolish the garage. The violation notice clearly states that permits are required for the interior work and for the work on the house, but there are none. Furthermore, there's been no inspections on the permit to raise the garage. So if it's 90%, this violation notice was issued in September of last year. We would ask that no more than 30 days to complete this and require that all the permits are pulled within 2 weeks.
What I need permits to paint the inside of the house for?
You just, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Collins, you just said that while you were doing it, you were remodeling the interior of the house.
I mean, remodeling is painting to me, you know, fixing the floor, you know. That's what I mean by remodeling. You know, I ain't doing nothing major. I do all that. I'm doing all this little stuff, you know, putting down some flooring, you know, putting in a new toilet.
So, Mr. Chairman, the notice of violations states that the floors need to be repaired, including the subflooring, kitchen cabinets, handrails on the stairs, you know, replacement of the faucets, of course. But that work, the subfloor work and the handrail, GFCI outlets, and that requires permits for that work. It's stated in the notice of violation. It needs to be, the last inspection on this was November of last year. The last interior inspection. Well, actually, that was an exterior inspection on the garage. So we would ask that all required permits be obtained within 2 weeks, and then everything else complete within 30 days.
I got a question. What other permits? I don't understand. I went down there and pulled the permit for the garage.
So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Collins, what work have you done inside? You said all you did was paint. Well, that doesn't satisfy the
putting
notice.
some floor down.
Did you replace the subfloor?
Subfloor. No. I don't
The
think
floor
I need
underneath.
to replace the subfloor.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we would ask that, we'll let the inspector make the determination on what permits are required. It's stated in the notice of violation. And if the permits aren't required, then the inspector will cite accordingly. But based on the violation notice, it looks like there's a lot more required than just paint. So I don't know that this is the venue to have this conversation. So the conversation needs to be had. It needs to be re-inspected to see what work was actually done. We would ask no more than 30 days to complete everything.
Okay, so we're looking at 2 weeks to get the permits. That would be July 19th, 2 weeks, 2023, to obtain all the permits that are necessary. and to get an inspection by the inspector to come out and look at what you've done. And to August 4th, 30 days, 2023 to complete the violations, all violations.
Again, what is the other permits?
Well, if you have to do the subflooring and things of that nature, and if you're putting something onto the hot water tank, those are probably going to end up requiring permits. So that's what you're going to have to do, is get a hold of your inspector, re-inspect whatever it is you got done, and then obtain the permits for it so that, you know, he can verify the work.
All right, I'm gonna call the inspector.
Okay,
And okay.
So we're gonna redo that, say it again, July 19th, 2 weeks to obtain all permits, 2023, and August 4th, 30 days, 2023 to complete all the violations. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Dink,
Second,
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you.
Okay. Within 2 weeks. Hello?
Yes,
Hello? You say within 2 weeks.
In 2
You
weeks,
said I had 2 weeks to come back and do something. So the notice ain't gonna be sent into 2 weeks.
your
you're gonna
resolution.
get your permits within 2 weeks, and you're gonna complete all violations by August 4th, okay, 2023. And you're gonna get the inspector out to re-examine whatever it is that you've done so far. And then he can help you with, you know, what it is you don't have or do have. Okay.
I'm gonna get in contact with the inspector.
That
See
that
what
would be the
permits
best
I
bet.
need.
Yes.
Yeah, because she put on there with the permits I needed already, so I don't understand it. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next docket, A17322, 13208 Horner Avenue.
One second, Mr. Chairman. What docket are you guys here for? Excuse me. Sir,
You don't know. What's your
what's your address?
I think they're here for 3787 West 139th.
What are your names?
37,
87?
yes, West 39.
Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Did we lose them?
Yes, Carmella?
Can we pull up docket 17522 to get Mr. and Mrs. Reese?
Okay.
Come on up. I'm calling you, sir. Could you please hit *6 to mute your phone? You're breathing heavy.
Maybe Mr. Rulins can mute their call-in 3.
Oh.
All right, we got him muted. Okay, so we're calling, we're gonna call docket A17522, 3787 West 139th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance and garage. Issued on October 12th of 2022. Appeal was received October 31st of 2022, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellants or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record. So I need you to state your name.
Wait a minute.
You can just say it out loud so they can hear you on the mic.
Okay, it's Diana Reese, It's 3787 West 139th Street.
And your
Okay,
relation to property?
Pardon me?
Are the
I
owner,
can't hear you because I'm a little bit hard of hearing.
are you the owner of the property, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
All right, you're gonna be doing the talking, so we're gonna swear you in. So solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I didn't hear him.
He said
Okay,
he wants you to raise your right hand and
Okay,
swear that your testimony that you're gonna give today is the whole truth.
True, it's true.
Okay.
okay, very good. All right, go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
I can't hear him.
Do you still need time today to correct the violations that was issued to you?
Yes,
And how much time do you need?
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
Did you bring any pictures today?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And
Wait a minute.
she got a lot of quotes on the roof.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
James Crane,
James Crane?
yeah, KRA.
Are you a relative or friend?
No, just helping around.
Just helping?
Yeah.
Okay.
She got in a jam with, her kids brought in a woman that was homeless. And about a week later, this guy shows up that's a friend of this homeless person. And I guess it became quite a commotion in the house. They tried to kick him out, but they moved into the garage. They were there for the whole winter. They brought in, I used Sawzall on like 20 pallets, and there's still a lot of pallets in there. They built some kind of a house inside the darn thing and just dragged tons of stuff in there. They had 4 heaters over the winter, electric heaters, that blew out her. She had to replace all the fuse boxes in her house. The neighbor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to be sworn in.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Can you swear in Mr. James Crane, please? He's
Okay.
assisting, Ms. Reese with her testimony today.
okay, sir, solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so far, I don't know who's gonna report on how much time you need to take care of these violations. Would you help on that, or?
I've been trying to, but I've been spending a lot of time in a hospital lately.
Okay,
I just got out here. I wasn't supposed to get out, but I got out to come here. Those are pictures of broken windows. There were violations. I don't know what the kids are doing in the house, but they're throwing stuff around. They broke a lot of windows on the inside. The front porch window, that was like 178 or something like that to fix the upper portion. There's a small window like you'd see around a fireplace next to it that was broken. I took that into Cleveland Lumber. They charged $42 something to replace that little window. Window in the bedroom upstairs, which you could see was broken. I have no idea how. That was like 154. The window in the dining room, I decided to fix that one myself. I pulled it out. I used to do that, and I pulled it out and did it just to cut the cost down. And that was still costly because the glass alone was $22. Then the glazing, a little glazing was like almost $7. It should be $1, you know. The last time I bought them, they were around $1.
okay,
And
Mr.
then-
Crane.
Yeah.
Basically, what we need to know is like, if you have an idea on how much more time I don't know what's going on with the garage, who's in there, if people are still there, or what the situation is. I'm gonna call in Mr. Vanover to see if he can make some sense of this, but we don't have to go over every single item that you're fixing. That's something you would do with the inspector. We're just basically looking at how much more time you need to complete the violations that's what we're looking for. So let me get over to Mr. Vanover and see where we go from there.
Well, we have a lot of quotes on the roofing, but they're not coming back. Couple of them, I didn't think, I was like kind of thinking they may not be legitimate. The latest one,
One
Mr.
second.
Chairman, to the appellant, I don't want to presume age or anything, but I wanted to ask specifically if you've been in contact with the Department of Aging through the city of Cleveland.
What's that?
he wants to know if you're in contact with the Department of Aging.
I did, but, my daughter makes too much money and my other grandson makes too much money, so I probably won't be qualified for that.
Her daughter's paying on 2 cars, one for her daughter and herself. And last I knew, I heard that she was paying some kind of money to Nigeria.
And through,
I
I'm
don't know
sorry,
what
through
that's
the-
about.
Through the chairman, to the appellant, do you live at the property? Who is residing on the property?
Who lives at the house?
What?
Who lives at the house?
My daughter, my grandson, my other grandson, my granddaughter, and me. There's 5 of us.
Okay. Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, the senior initiative paperwork application was dropped off in October. It sounds like it wasn't filled out or submitted, or that there hasn't been a decision made. This, as an owner occupied property, we're inclined to give more time to the best that we can, but it seems there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And I'm not sure how the daughter and grandchildren, how their income plays into the senior initiative program, but
They have cleaning jobs. So they make that much money.
But they're not owners either. So she's the owner, and she's a senior. And I still am not quite clear about this deal with the garage. I really think that because of all the different things here and getting her over to get the help she needs, I think we really need to remand this and allow that to happen.
What to happen?
Well, in order to get help that she needs to get this done, it doesn't sound to me like as if I don't know what kind of progress is being made here and what kind of time that you need. I mean, it's not out there.
Well, we tried to get the roofs done and we got a bunch of quotes. And then I called this outfit on Madison, American Roofing. And he said he needed to requote it, and then he requoted it, which I was gonna help out on that. And he's not returning calls. I called a number of times. I keep getting a different answering service, and I don't know what that means. Why? And then on his brochure, he has his phone number, and it's disconnected. So
Okay,
that-
so you may need to get somebody else, but I really think that this case, it needs to be remanded. I don't see where getting more time is gonna sort this out. I really think that the city needs to be somewhat involved in this thing, because it has a lot of twists and turns to it. So I'm gonna remand this back to the, don't give any more time, remand it back to the property, to the Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dean,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, okay, we'll notification will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay, are we going back up to 17322, Ms. Davis?
Yes,
Okay, so I'll recall it A 17322 13208 Corner Avenue.
We could go.
yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Thank you. Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance, issued on September 26th of 2022. Appeal statement was received October 27th of 2022, requesting for time to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Dan Jacobson, Law. With the appellant or his or her attorney or representative, please state your name for the record.
Ms. Davis, you seen
Sure.
anybody up there?
No, Mr. Chairman, I do not see anybody.
Let me swear in Mr. Vanover. Mr. Vanover,
Yes,
I solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Jacobson.
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman to Ms. Davis, have you received any form of communication, email, voicemail message, anything delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or document message, anything delivered to you on behalf of this appellant and or document?
To Mr. Chairman, to Mr. Jacobson, no.
And through the chairman, due process requirements of notice have been given. The board can proceed with today's hearing and its ruling. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vanover.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is a, this notice of violation was issued in September of last year. This is a corporately owned property. We ask that you deny any more time and remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing.
Motion is in order to deny more time, remand the property Division of Building and Housing for any further action. Motion,
Second.
Bradley,
Second.
second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes, okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Do we have the people here for docket A7122 West 41st Street?
That should be calling user number 3. Please hit *6 to unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, your name?
Mary Harrison.
Okay, all right, so this is 3416 West 41st Street. Miss Harrison, could you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and let us know what your plans are.
I have already fixed the roof, which was the main problem, and I've sent pictures to Miss to Beverly. My roof, I have paid half down for months now, and they haven't gotten to it yet. But I called him, and he said he's coming tomorrow or the next day, and I could send pictures of that being in process. But all that money is, the other half is ready and waiting. I do need more time for the rest, which will be about $40,000. I have an estimate. I have not paid half of that yet. I'm still trying to work on that. So I'm hoping for a year or a year and a half would be best to complete the exterior after the roof is replaced.
Okay, is this a rental property or do you own it?
I own it. I own it.
You're residing there, correct?
I reside there with my son. who is
Okay.
disabled.
Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Vanover.
So Mr. Chairman, as an owner occupied structure, we do not, we don't object to more time. I think a year is going to be, too extreme. We don't, I think that 6 months, once the permits are issued, I don't believe 6 months is, we don't have a concern with 6 months, but a year is going to be too long because of the winter months, there's not going to be anything able to happen anyhow.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's what we're looking at is a January 4th, 2024, 6 months to abate all violations. Motion is so in order.
So move.
Second.
By Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Maskey.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, notice will be sent out within 2 weeks. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
the last docket has been rescheduled 8/26/23. So that, I think, completes everything.
That is correct.
Okay, very good. All right, so we'll have approval of resolutions, A 217, 18, 19, 20, 21, A 29, 23, A 30, 23, 31, 23, A 33, 23, A 34, 23, 35, 23, 36, 23, and A 37, 23.
So moved.
Okay, moved by Mr. Maskey.
Second.
Second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, approval of minutes, June 21st, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections?
No.
Motion
So moved.
moved by Mr. Maskey,
Second.
second by Mr. Dank.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes. Okay, is there anything else to come before us?
No.
Okay, then we're gonna adjourn.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Same.
Have a good one.